Are you bored living a mediocre life? We were too, and we know how to change that. Each week, we'll leave our comfort zones to explore a new topic, then step onto our soapboxes, a safe space to sound off on our latest adventure. Come explore with us. All opinions are welcome. This is a mindset. This is a lifestyle. This is Siren Soapbox.
Hello, fellow explorers. Thank you for diving in and exploring with us. We're on a mission to explore beyond comfort zones because that is where growth takes place. We believe that exploration is for everyone. It can take place anywhere, no matter your location or situation. And we've made exploring even easier. Check out our pre-dive episodes, like the one you're listening to today, and their descriptions to follow along with us on each journey. So many ways to explore. Pick one today and experience life outside your comfort zone. Welcome to our very first pre-dive briefing. Only Jess is excited about that.
I
yelled.
Okay.
Yeah, but we couldn't hear
out.
you. That's so weird.
We're not supposed to
You
be
didn't hear
muted
me?
anymore,
No.
remember?
I want to hear you guys. All right.
Can hear my chair too.
Yeah, didn't hear that
Did
again,
you-
Tracy. Your microphone is
No.
cutting out super loud noises because it loves us.
I know. I bet it's a, I bet
Trying
it's
to
a
save our
setting.
ears.
I'm gonna try my audio settings. Suppress background noise. Low. Is that better?
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't hear it.
What?
I thought she
didn't hear
wooed.
it.
All right.
All right.
I don't
While,
know.
while Tracy figures out how to scream, if you missed episode 102, we decided to slow things down and be more intentional with each episode. This way, before we record the episode, if it's something that piques your interest, or better yet, something that is outside your comfort zone, you can explore along with us. And we're hoping it will get you more excited for our challenge episodes. Since the waters are still settling from shaking things up, we are going to be setting up the pre-dive for the entire month of December. There's a lot to get into, so let's dive in. But first, if at any time the conversation gets too intense, the safe word is
mango.
Yeah.
No, it cut
no, we
out.
still didn't hear you.
We heard Mitt go.
Basically, Zoom has decided that you have to just calm down and speak very calmly. You're not allowed to show excitement in any way.
I am apparently. I'm allowed to.
Just Tracy.
Hmm.
This has gone off the rails
Mango.
already. There it is.
We heard that.
Yeah. So,
Ah.
first up, December 2nd, we have got the book Remember, a little book of courage, comfort, and hope by our friend Paul Boynton. Best-selling author Paul Boynton is back with a new book that will encourage, inspire, and motivate you to help get you through the speed bumps and unexpected curves that are a part of any life. Most people are struggling to find balance in their lives, and it is often difficult to follow our hearts when we are busy managing our lives, taking care of others, and paying bills. Juggling a to-do list, it's all overwhelming. Remember, a little book of courage, comfort, and hope is an easy-to-read, thoughtful, and personal diary of encouraging observations and thoughts that blend optimism in a grounded in reality honesty to remind you that storm clouds always pass, your dreams count, and you are here to live a purposeful, peaceful life, no matter what challenges you face or what difficulties you must move through.
So, my question, Sirens, are we going to say yes to this episode idea or no?
Well,
Oh,
I
come
feel like
on.
we already all bought the book, so
I know.
I think we
Yeah.
decided.
I think we've decided. So, I think it would be silly to say no to Paul Boynton because we love him.
Yes.
Because you have to begin with yes.
Heck yeah, you do, Tracy. I was going to say your first and last name. I didn't know if I should.
You can. It's not a secret.
Okay, so the challenge for this episode obviously is to buy Remember, a Little Book of Courage, Comfort, and Hope, and then read it. Has everyone purchased their book yet?
Yep.
Yeah. 2 versions.
Yeah. Did you get the audio and the digital?
Yeah, the Kindle and a paperback.
Mm,
Yeah, I couldn't wait, so I got the digital too.
no, I got the paperback. I'm waiting for it to show up. So I did email Paul to see if he had another challenge that he wanted us to complete in addition to reading the book. Those of you who have it digitally, maybe you can flip through it and see if there's anything glaring that might be
That
good
is
for
a good idea.
challenge. So our deadline is we're recording on November 28th, so we'll have to have the book and have it read in 2 weeks from tonight.
Do we know how
it-
much it is?
$12, I think, for the paperback.
Yeah.
And for the Kindle, you see, I got it on Kindle first, but I get Kindle Unlimited, so it was free,
Me too.
which didn't feel particularly supportive. So I thought, no, I'm getting the paperback as well.
That's exactly what happened to me, Sarah. I'm sure it is supportive because you pay for Kindle, and I guess that money has to go to authors. That's how the whole thing works. I don't know how it works, but maybe we should research that.
But also, in his Facebook post, he had talked about how the initial response was great, but the way the algorithms work, a second wave is good. So I feel like I contributed to both waves.
There you go.
My chair's
Riding the
creaky.
waves, Sarah. I can't hear your chair over mine.
Oh, well, good. Glad to hear that. All right, so if Paul gets back to us, I will give everyone an update with that additional challenge. And Elsie, why do you look disturbed?
Oh, that's my thinking face.
Oh, gotcha.
Apparently,
she's
I
searching
have-
for a challenge.
I have resting bitch face and then disturbed face, apparently. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so it looks a lot like, because we read Be Amazing a couple months ago, and we've all read Begin with Yes. It looks like it's set up very similar to that. And he asks a lot of thoughtful questions. So if we can't think of something easy, maybe we just really take the time to noodle on those questions he asks in the book.
Yeah.
Journal about it or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we could take one of the questions and reflect on the answer in a video. And I can post it on TikTok.
Like that.
If you're all down for a TikTok video challenge again.
That would be fun.
All right, let's do that then. And Paul wants us all to send pictures. I don't know if you guys saw his post on his Facebook group today, but he wants everybody who has the book to take a selfie with their book and send it to him.
So we're going to do that anyway
I know.
for this episode.
We'll just send him one big old selfie of all of us.
All right, so on page 163, because this could be good for a TikTok because it says 30 seconds in it, which is why it caught my eye. It says, your heart knows. What does your heart yearn for? Is not just a desire, it's a calling. It's up to you to listen and then follow. It's your pathway, plain and simple, and profoundly beautiful too. What does your heart yearn for? Trust your gut on this. Pretend you had 30 seconds to name it and then own it. See what happens next.
All right, so when we get to that spot in the book, take it seriously, create a video with your answer.
What your heart yearns for.
All right.
What page was that?
On the digital version, it's 163.
So I'm taking a class right now, and the digital page number for the textbook is the same as the physical page number for the textbook.
Oh, that's nice.
I wonder if all books are like that.
I feel like we've run into the problem before where it's not.
Yeah, it's
When
probably
we were
not.
doing the nighttime affirmations.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, I forgot that we did that one.
That feels like forever ago.
Because it was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
All right. Well, if I hear back from Paul Boynton, I'll update you guys. So Elsie, what do we have going on for December 9th?
December 9th is a Playful Humans. It is a community designed to help the burned out and bored get re-energized and engaged with their life. Holy crap, does that sound like our intro? Our mission is to help adults rediscover the power of play in their life and career. Playful Humans is a free podcast, YouTube channel, and community. You can also provide, we also provide team building and event entertainment for company team building, charity events, and other parties.
So you guys think we're in or out on this one? I think play sounds stupid.
I don't like the play.
I hate fun.
All right, so I guess we're in for that. You know what? It's a shame that so we're releasing it on December 9th, so we'll be recording it on December 2nd. It would be so much fun if we could get this guy to like plan a virtual event for us before we met with him. Some sort of team building event. That would be amazing. I don't know that we'll have time before the podcast, but
maybe as part of the podcast. Maybe we can ask him if he's got some team building questions that we can do together on the podcast.
That would be fun.
That'd be so much fun.
So we asked. Sorry, go ahead, Tracy.
Do you guys know that he has a little quiz on there that tells you what is your playful personality?
Yeah, that's our challenge.
Yeah, that's what he told us to do before the episode.
I was just getting ready to
So
say
has anyone done it?
No.
Has Sarah done it?
I did it.
Oh,
No.
Sarah did it.
That is so fitting. It said the Explorer.
That's my top one too.
Oh, you just did it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we gotta save it for the episode.
I know. Quit revealing your play style.
And then my second one is just kidding.
All right. So there's a quiz that we have to take. We have to take the quiz by December 2nd because that's when we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to have the creator of Playful Humans on the podcast, right?
Yeah, and did you know he's also a game show host? But I did not see which game show he's a host of.
Let's look him up.
That should be our next challenge, is to get ourselves onto a game show.
I think his name is Mike Montag.
They also have their very own podcast that I've started following. Maybe we could listen to a few episodes of that before we meet.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
Hopefully it's a game show that is a team style. Because I don't want to compete against you competitive ladies.
It's funny. I'm not competitive, Jess.
Me either. I just like to be a worthy opponent so that the game is more fun for everyone.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I feel like every time I see pictures of you on the island where you've played a game, you're always the winner. So I'd like to call bullshit on the fact that you're not competitive.
And the fact that she's like, look, I won again. All right. So
And
Playful
also all the
Humans.
screenshots from Duolingo.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's not competitive. I don't think that's just like,
Look
what
at
I
my
did.
progress. All right. I'm following the Playful Humans podcast now as well.
There's also the Playful Humans Club,
Dang, they have a lot of episodes.
and there's a lot on their website, really, a lot.
What kind of things do they talk about, Sarah?
I haven't listened to any of the episodes yet, but on the website there are so many different, and I'm looking at it now, but there are so many different links to click on, and I've just started diving in.
That's awesome. I am really excited to talk to somebody else that also does a podcast just to see like what their style is, how many people they have working for them, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How do you keep it all organized?
So the Playful Humans Club is a community uniquely designed to help adults wholeheartedly express their natural inner child's playfulness, creativity, and need for social connection. Huh.
I'm part of the club. I'm so excited.
You are? Did you already sign up?
Yep, I signed up.
What, is it free?
Yes.
I want to be in a club. I want to sign up for all the things.
They have it says keep up with Playful Humans Club on the go. You can put in your phone number and they'll text you the app.
There's an app?
Wait on.
I'm doing that.
Where are you?
I'm on the Sarah said something about their club, so I was on their website and I clicked on clubs at the top of the page, and it's like at the bottom of that clubs page.
Gotcha. Okay. Join.
Where are you?
Ooh, here's a question in the club. I want you guys all to answer. What is the best board game or tabletop game of all time?
Oh. All right.
Scrabble.
Scrabble?
Tabletop game or board game. I am a fan, even though I don't play it very often. I am a fan of chess.
I think the one I go back to all the time is either like Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity, or the Catholic card game, which is like both of those two. And every time I play those games, I laugh until I cry.
What about Exploding Kittens?
Oh my gosh, that is like my favorite card game. I would have chosen that, except I classified it as a card game and not a tabletop game.
What's the difference?
I
You
don't
play
know.
you play cards on a table.
I don't know. I guess I was just picturing a game splayed on the table, but I guess
was Toomer. I
cards do
wasn't
that.
counting cards.
But Exploding Kittens is a ton of fun. It's a great game.
Yeah,
If
I
we're
like that
talking
game too.
cards, then I like Canasta. Ben and I play that a lot.
Oh, that one's good.
What about Tracy? What about you? What's your favorite game? Did you already say?
No, I was thinking about it. It just really depends on mood. Like I love Connect Four and I love Pirates Dice and I love Threes Away and I love Rummy.
God, I haven't played Rummy in years. I love Rummy.
Last night we played Phase 10. I like that game a lot. I like Clue. We've been playing Clue. We've been playing Mexican train dominoes. That's super fun. I just like dominoes. I don't know. Good question.
How do you play Clue with just you and Dino, or are you saying with your friends?
Yeah, with friends.
Okay. I was like, wait, how does that work?
Yeah.
So you have to have
With
more than two
friends.
people when you play Clue.
Yeah, you have to have four. At least four.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I've played it three-handed before, but
Oh, well, maybe you can play with three. I was just thinking four.
it just basically has to be more than two, because if it's only two, then you're basically just asking each other back and forth until one of you has eliminated everything else.
There's a question here. Have y'all played Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza?
Oh my gosh,
that.
yes.
That is
I love that game too.
You know what
I
else is
haven't, but
another
goat cheese pizza sounds delicious.
another game that's a lot of fun is oh gosh, it's something for Neanderthals.
Oh, I heard about that. You like, is it with the blow up club?
Yes, and you like hit people on the head if they say
Yeah.
a word that has more than one syllable in it or something. I wish I knew the whole name of it.
All from the same company. There you have like
Mhm.
Unstable Unicorns and something with crabs.
I've played Unstable Unicorns before.
So
Maya and Leona like to play that one.
I own a Poetry for Neanderthals. That's one's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I own Unstable Unicorns, and I cannot figure out how to play it. And I'd like to think I'm a smart person, but I
Ask my
can't
sister if Mara and
figure
Leona
it
can come down and
out.
play with you. Because
I
they
Yeah,
can't
love
figure
that
out how
game.
to play Rummy Cube.
I want to
That's
learn how to
fun.
play that.
Yeah, we bought it because so one time I posted on Facebook, what's your favorite game? And I tried to buy them all and somebody listed Rummy Cube. So we bought it and we couldn't figure out how to play it.
Huh, it's interesting.
Hmm.
I think there's a story about Mark and Amy, his ex-wife, playing that game one time and it ended in a fight. And that was the last time they ever played it.
Oh,
So don't play it, TC. There's a reason the universe is not letting you play this game.
It's true.
Once you get into it, though, it's a really fun one.
I've heard that it's really fun.
a good game for groups of people, but I think you have to have at least 5 to play it. Secret Hitler is so much.
Secret Hitler.
Does it
It's
come in a
kind of
box?
like have One Night a Werewolf. Have you guys ever heard of that one? It's kind of
Mm-mm.
like that.
Connor has that. He likes it.
It's like that, except like you have to figure out who's Hitler instead of who's a werewolf.
Mm.
Hmm.
So ever since March, I have kept dice in my purse because of TC. And it has been pretty amazing being out at a restaurant and instead of everybody's just like playing on your phone, we all play dice. And like sometimes it feels like we're the only table interacting with the people around each other instead of just, looking at phones.
Staring at your phone.
Yeah, it's nice.
So we set goals for ourselves when we go on trips. And on one trip, one of the goals was to teach 3 strangers how to play threes away. And so I took sets of threes away with the instructions typed out with us. And it's pretty easy because if you're sitting in an airport and you start playing a game, people will ask you what you're doing. But yeah, it's all part of that fun philosophy. Like it's really important to me. So I have games in my purse all the time. I carry dice and cards and dominoes and a Frisbee.
I think this is going to be a really fun episode to prepare for.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sarah,
So
did you say what your favorite game was? Or were you saying Exploding Kittens?
Well, it's hard for me to pick a favorite, I think. Really, one of my favorites is Farkle. I love a good Farkle
fun.
party.
I like Farkle too.
I've never played Farkle.
Huh.
Playing
I think they have an
Farkle
app.
was how I realized that my daughter may like to engage in risky behavior because she would risk it all the time. We'd say, no, Emma, no.
She does take big risks on games, but
Yes.
she's so smart that it almost always plays out for her. She's really good at all games that I've ever played with her.
Mhm.
So I just put a link in the chat and we can share the link maybe on our Facebook page or something to Secret Hitler. And if you scroll down, they have the rules and a print and play PDF so you can play for free. So I think we all need to print it and play the game before this episode just for fun.
I'm gonna put that link in our notes so that we remember to put it in this description so everybody can play along.
There's an app
Yeah.
you can download too for the voice, basically to introduce each round. There's a voice done by Will Wheaton.
Say that again.
There's an app because basically before each round you're supposed to everybody has to like close their eyes and put their heads down, and like everybody who's a fascist raise your head up, in Hitler give a thumbs up or something like that, but it's voiced by Will Wheaton.
Who is that?
Will Wheaton.
He was Wesley Crusher in Star Trek. He had a recurring role in Big Bang Theory. If you Google his face, I am sure you will know who he is. He's basically like an OG nerd.
I love that Jess just said Google his face. That sounds much worse than it really is.
Will Wheaton, if you are listening to this, I was not meaning that in a dirty way. Although
we
you
are
were my very
Googling-
first crush.
We are Googling your face, Will Wheaton.
He and
So-
Mark Hamill were my very first crushes.
Have you guys ever, I know Sarah has, because I did this with her and Bill, but have you ever heard of and or played the Hunt a Killer games?
Yes.
We just ordered one, and there are 6 of us who are going to get together and go, we're going to try one out that's rated easy, and then we might do a subscription and take turns going to each other's houses and trying to figure out who the killer is.
I feel like ours was very difficult because we didn't solve it.
It was. No, ours was really difficult, really difficult.
Is that why you specified that you got one marked easy?
Because we're just starting out. So and it's also Death at a Dive Bar is the one that we bought. And it's like a 1 out of 5 on difficulty level. So it's pretty easy. And it's like a 1 visit one. You solve it in 45 to 60 minutes. So if we're all 6 hanging out together, then we can pour through the evidence. Like they send you envelopes with evidence and ciphers and codes that you have to figure out and all kinds of fun stuff. But I'm excited to try it.
We did one and it was a couple boxes. So you're supposed to solve it throughout a couple months or whatever. And we just waited till we got all the boxes. And then it was just, we never ended up solving it. It was too hard.
Yeah, that's what happened with, I did one with Bill and Sarah, and we never figured it out either, but you had a bunch of boxes.
Mhm.
Do you remember which one that was?
No, I'm not even sure I could find it. I might be able to find it in my closet if I look for it, our game closet, but I don't remember. I just remember it did get a little frustrating after a while, not knowing if you were on the right track. But boy, when you came up with something, it was exciting.
It's true.
Yeah, our box had like a phone number that you're supposed to call, and it was kind of neat picking up an actual phone and calling a number, and it was to your game, and like websites and stuff like that. So there are parts of it that are definitely a lot of fun. It was just, I was not smart enough.
We just recently had a Friendsgiving at my friend Nicole's house, and we did an at-home escape room. So I bought this escape room from a website called Lock, Paper, Scissors, and it was a lot of fun. We broke up into 2 teams and then just competed to see who could solve the mystery quicker. It was a good time. I got a pack of 4 games, so I have 3 more that I can set up parties for. And I think next time I'll do it a little differently. Like this time we just sort of spread it out and we work together to solve the puzzles. But I think next time I'll like place them throughout the room and like spend a little bit more time making it more escape room-esque.
Sounds fun. All right, I think we're ready on Playful Humans.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. The last one for the month of December, we've got Project Inspiration. About a year ago, a challenge was submitted to the Sirens by a longtime listener and our biggest fan, Bill Cole. And we have been sending anonymous random quotes of kindness to someone in the United States since January of 2022. If you check out sirensoapbox.com, you will find that there is a pop-up about Project Inspiration. So far, X number of random strangers have reached back out to us. I don't want to spoil it. I had it written down, but you know what, guys? I'm not going to say. You're going to have to tune in and find out. So
That'll show you.
Show you. But we had some interested people say that they would be willing to come on to our show and discuss what it's like to receive a random piece of inspirational letters in the mail. We won't read the entire challenge now because we want to save that for the recording. And some of our mystery guests had some questions, and we don't want to spoil anything in this pre-dive. Tune in on December 23rd for more of that.
So, I mean, the yes, Mag, no question is already answered because we've been working on this project now for 11 months.
Woo!
I know. This is one. So the challenge is, I think it was to send out one a week or something like that. Is that right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So this challenge for me has been challenging. Not because it's hard to do. It's just I think about doing it at weird times, and I don't know. So I end up I've tried to send at least one out a week, but it ends up being like, I'll wait and send a few out at the end of the month or something like that. That's how it's gone for me. How's it going for everybody else?
I do big batches because, it's one of the things I'm lazy about, going to the post office. Those kind of errands, I just get really lazy about them. So I do big batches and then put them all in the mail.
The hard part was the actual sitting down and finding the quotes and finding the addresses, because that's a bit time consuming. But once I had cards, I actually had it set in my phone. I had an alarm that went off every Monday that went off as I was heading from work to pick up Ben from school. And there was a post office. So I get an alert and just swing through and drop it off. So I've had a lot of fun with it.
Good.
I have a daily quote calendar, as I have sent you guys pictures of before. So I usually, and I email those to my team. So I go in and I just search the daily quote in my email, and I'll look through and I'll find one that I like. Usually I do, I'd say 5 or 6 at a time, and probably ends up being more like every other week. But still usually do more than just one. But one week I was just like, I don't want to find just random addresses. So I sent out a memo to all the ladies at my office. And I said, do you guys know anybody that needs a pick-me-up? Which I think I got the idea from one of our guests. Maybe they were saying like, oh, I love this idea, and can you send one to somebody? So I did the same thing at my office, and I asked for like, does anybody know anybody that needs a pick me up? And I think that day I ended up sending out like 10 cards, because there were just, people were like, can I give you more than one address? I'm like, yeah, bring it. Like, I'm doing it all right now, so you might give me all of them right now.
It's fun. So when you guys are using best randoms to find your addresses, first of all, is that what everyone's using, is best randoms?
Yep.
What?
That's what I did. Yep.
I didn't want to say,
Why?
because we had a question by one of our people that got a letter about how she was even chosen. So I thought it'd be interesting to tell them live on the air, but maybe they're not listening to this episode.
Well, I think it's an important question. I think we should talk about it, because I'm wondering if anybody checks those addresses before they plop a card in the mail.
I checked all of them.
Me too.
If I couldn't find a picture of the house on Google Maps, when I plugged in the address on Google Maps, I didn't use that address. So not only did I find an address, but I know what their house looks like.
Same here.
I'm doing the same.
I looked every one of them up on Google Maps as well. And it was really fun. It was really fun to look at the house and picture somebody in that house opening the envelope.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
agree
that
with
part
that.
of it. But Elsie didn't answer your first question, I don't think.
No, and that kind of ties into this question, because I did look it up once, only because Tracy brought it up months and months ago. And I do mine in batches of 9 because I don't know how to pick out of the 9. So I'm like, everybody on this page gets one.
So that's funny. I did mine in batches of 8 because my cards come in 8 different colors, and I didn't know how to pick which colors to use. So I always did batches of 8.
So then how do you decide on your page which one is the one house that you don't send a letter to?
You know what? When you look them all up on Google Maps, out of each like list of 9, I bet 4 of them actually had houses. So some of them are like empty lots, and some of them were big apartment buildings. And if it didn't list an apartment number, I didn't do it. So yeah.
Hmm.
I guess you're not looking them up either, Elsie, huh?
No.
Yeah, I look
I'm
up
not.
every one of them because I mean, all
I
right.
want someone to open it. I don't want to
Yes.
have done it for nothing.
I had to go to the post office and buy stamps and write this shit out and put it in an envelope and drop it in a mailbox. I want an actual person to receive it.
Hmm.
You
So
know, the
for
fact that I
me-
don't check, I'm wondering is why I haven't gotten a response.
I
on
haven't
mine yet.
either. I check every one of them, and I don't think I've gotten a response on one of mine. I don't think.
Mm.
I don't remember who's been responded
See,
on.
I'm playing the long game. Maybe it'll get lost in the mail, and then somebody that needs to find it will find it. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
I've been using the square stickers and putting the quote on the back. And I know it's not exactly what Bill said to do, but I'll do the quote up here and then write Siren Soapbox and then write our initial so that they're getting like a little sticker in the mail too.
That's
So
fun.
It's cool.
yeah, I'm going to write out a couple tonight while we're on this call together. And I was going to put stickers in the envelopes with them.
Nice.
I was going to too
Hmm.
because of what Elsie was doing. I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
I'm not, because I'm a purist. I'm sticking to the challenge.
Well, I ran out
One
of my
qu-
note cards.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Well, they were already like, I don't know, a quarter empty anyway.
It's so funny because while it's fun to think about somebody at that house that I'm looking at getting the card and opening it and how they would respond to it, I also had thoughts like, who would like this quote better, a man or a woman? But mostly when I was having a less than stellar day, those are the days I would choose to do this, because I think I got just as much out of researching and writing down the quotes as hopefully someone did opening them.
I agree with that.
Yeah, in fact, I've sort of pre-written my soapbox a little bit, and I talk about that exact thing. And I think, you know, I'm not sure exactly what the motivation behind the challenge was. I can't wait for the episode where we can talk to our challenger and ask him. But I wonder if it was as much to make somebody else happy as it was to inspire ourselves to be positive, just by reading all those damn quotes and writing them all down.
Did
Right.
anybody come up with an entire backstory for your person and then imagine how it would change the entire trajectory of the rest of their lives?
No.
Nope, just
No.
me. Okay.
Nope.
But I did the last time I did this, I looked up one of the addresses and the house looked a little shabby and abandoned. And I was like, I'm fucking sending one to that house anyway. Because if someone is there, I hope that this makes their day better. If it's
I wouldn't say that
go ahead.
I wouldn't say that I went so far as to think about how it changed the trajectory of their lives, but there are times when I was writing it and I wondered if somebody would keep it and like tuck it into a mirror, or, you know, if somebody kept it and then somebody else found it, would they question, where did you get this from? What is this thing? So I had some of that backstory thoughts going on in my mind.
Did anybody think like, what if somebody just was like pissed off and like, ew, what is this? And just like ripped it up and threw it away?
I did have that thought. So the other day I got a letter in the mail from a Jehovah's Witness and I didn't even read it. I was like, psh. And then I was like, man, somebody is doing that to the freaking inspirational messages I'm sending out.
Some of my envelopes were red, and so I started worrying about people looking at it and thinking, why is some creeper sending me something in a nice, pretty red envelope.
Love letters.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with like election stuff or like red versus blue or whatever.
Pink slip. I got
Oh,
a pink
no.
slip.
I'm curious how many people actually looked up our website after getting this and why they didn't fill out the pop-up.
No,
Was
when
there
I
questions?
hadn't gotten any yet, and I think like Elsie, you had gotten a bunch. That's when I asked TC about the pop-up. I was like, do we have it some other way than a pop-up? Because, maybe they have a pop-up blocker, and that's why I haven't gotten any responses on mine. I just want a response on mine. I want to know it's reaching somebody.
Yeah,
Are
those
you-
are some interesting questions I have to discuss when we're together next discussing this. Like, is it worth still doing it if you don't get that feedback?
Oh, I want to say I have an answer to that, but we'll save it for the episode.
Okay.
Is that question already written down?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to forget about it. I've written out 2 while we were talking. Anybody else writing
Wow.
out any right now?
I am.
No, I feel like it takes a lot of concentration for me to do that. That's amazing to me that you can just do it.
Well, I have some quotes up on my screen already that I wanted to use. And I had my
Oh.
note cards in front of me. So I was just
Okay.
while you guys were
One of mine
chatting.
that I sent out to my team, I knew I wanted to use today because we talked about doing this. So I was like, bookmark. Because I send one per day. And since I was off on Thursday and then Friday was a holiday and then we had the weekend, I had to send out 5.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
this
I
is
liked
gonna.
today's. Well, it's not today's, it was over the weekend.
I can't. Will you read it to me? It's too.
Sometimes when things are falling apart, they may actually be falling into place.
Oh, I like that.
I like
What's
it too.
today's?
Today's is to find yourself, think for yourself. Socrates.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So I
I
don't want
liked
to get
yesterday's too with C.S. Lewis, and I love C.S. Lewis. It says, someday you will be old enough to start reading fairy tales again.
Aw.
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 I never got too old.
That's what I felt like. I was like, I never stopped reading fairy tales.
I know, right? I don't want to get too deep into like feelings and stuff about project inspiration, but I did want to ask how people were looking up their quotes.
Well, you all already heard mine.
Yeah.
I'm looking mine up on the Googs. I'm like, give me some inspirational quotes, Google. And it's like, here you go, Mer. That's how I'm getting mine.
And then you say, thanks, Google.
My
Thanks,
Google doesn't say my name.
Because you don't have an Android.
Maybe that's because you yell at
Oh.
Alexa. Here's how you yell at Alexa, and it's like, no.
Yeah, I'm the first to go in the AI apocalypse.
She tells Alexa to shut up.
Yeah, Alexa's mad at you.
She's quite annoying with her suggestions randomly when I don't even ask for them. Like, just leave me alone. Sarah, how do you look up your quotes?
Google
Google's.
inspirational quotes. And then sometimes you get, it's so funny how you can do it several different times and get completely different responses from Google. I guess it just depends on Google's mood at the time. But
Yeah.
some of them, you click on some of the sites and you're thinking, no, I'm not sending any of these to anybody because they're just so weird.
Yeah, and that's a good point. We did talk about staying away from like quotes from
Political.
politicians or
Anybody
That's
too
why I don't send a
controversial?
lot of mine sometimes.
Adolf Hitler. Nobody wants to quote him.
I don't know,
But
we're gonna
we'll-
play a game about
We'll
it.
play the game about it though.
That's right. As long as you don't quote him and send it out in the guise of an inspirational message.
Oh my gosh.
Now that I have to Google inspirational quotes by Adolf Hitler.
Oh, I hope nothing comes up.
TC's gonna get red flagged by some
I mean, this is
Some
going to
government.
sound this is going to sound a little crazy, but he did get like an entire army of people to follow him. He had to have
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
kind of motivational prowess.
You're gonna die or you
Any-
don't.
Anyone can deal with victory. Only the mighty can bear defeat.
That's from Hitler.
Wow.
Wow. Hate him.
Well, he sure
Well,
couldn't.
yeah.
He sure couldn't bear it, could he?
No.
Words build bridges into unexplored regions.
Like other
I mean,
countries.
he convinced a lot of people to do horrific things for a reason. Dude was
Mhm.
good with the words.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he sure was.
Hmm.
All right. Well, on that note, I am excited to record this episode.
Siren Soapbox does not support Hitler.
No, we do not.
No.
No, but that was really interesting. I never would
I
have
know.
thought to Google something like that.
That is fascinating. Oh my God. Tracy found another one.
I'm not even going to say it out loud.
Okay, good. Let's leave some people in suspense.
Just Google it yourself. You're curious, people.
That's right. Well, fellow explorers, we hope you enjoyed our very first pre-dive. We are hoping to bring you along with us on these episodes. So make sure you check out the description of the podcast you're listening to. You'll find links to. There will be a link to purchase the book, Remember, a Little Book of Courage, Comfort, and Hope by Paul Boynton. There will be a link to the Playful Humans Playful Personality Quiz. And of course, we encourage you to write out some of your own words of inspiration and leave them either for a coworker on their desk or just pop it in the mail and send it off to some random person to make their day. The goal is to bring light and hope to someone's day and that challenge. So that's all we have for you tonight. Sirens, thanks for this time together. I really enjoyed doing some research with you guys, and I'm looking forward to all of these episodes we have coming up.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
That was good.
All right, until next time, dive in, stay curious, and be happy. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Siren Soapbox, and a special thank you to C Strings for providing our music. Snag their latest EP from iTunes today. Follow the Sirens on all the social medias, and don't forget to tell your friends about us. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. We'll catch you next time on another episode of Siren Soapbox.